Hey guys, I'm Scott with the Duck Camp. If you haven't seen the podcast before, we're coming from you today out at the Duck Shack, which is going to be our bar and where we bring clients to eat. As you can see in the background, it's absolutely beautiful out here. So what we're going to talk about today is like the biodiversity that makes the Skagit Valley so good for waterfowl hunting, and it also allows us to um, hunt different species at different times, and part of our scouting regimen is to understand those things. So here at duck camp, this is not too far from the lodge. You can see behind me, this is Skagit Bay, and it roosts 20, 30,000 ducks, but it also roosts, I don't know, 50, 60,000 snow geese every year. So, and it's pretty crazy when you spend your time out here scouting to kind of start to figure out what we hunt in what areas. So we're kind of in the southern end of the Skagit Valley here, where we shoot a lot of mallards and a few pintails, but we kill a lot of snow geese around here too. So as we move away from here, we have about 6,000 acres spread all over the Skagit Valley. And if you move away from here, we have about a couple thousand acres over in LaConner, which is literally across the bay. Um, and for whatever reason out there, again, a lot of mallards, but we have a lot of widgeon out that way. So out in LaConner, we have a lot of mallards, but that's kind of a lot of widgeon that happen out there. That those birds are roosted in Padilla Bay, um, and they come from a different direction. There's snow geese out there, but we don't really hunt them out there for some reason. They seem to be a lot more nocturnal when they come off of Padilla Bay. Um, so then, as you move inland, we have a lot of property along the Skagit Valley or Skagit River in Cedro-Woolley, and that is a lot of widgeon hunting. That's where we hunt our dark geese at. For whatever reason, the dark geese tend to want to roost inland, so we don't really hunt them a lot out here on the bay. Don't know why. Maybe it's the type of ground we hunt. I don't know. So we have three very distinct, different areas that we hunt. Uh, Southern part of the Skagit Valley, kind of the western, northwestern corner, and then kind of the eastern, northeastern corner, and they all bring something different. So where our property is around Cedro-Woolley, most of those birds are roosting on um, freshwater lakes in the river. Out here, we have the roost, the Skagit Bay, and then we got Padilla Bay, and kind of understanding all of those different geographical locations within this valley really helps us figure out if we have clients come and they say, hey, we want to hunt widgeon, we're probably going to go scout out around Cedro-Woolley. If they want to hunt snows, we're going to be here. Uh, the rest of it, it's kind of hit and miss. But one of the things we learned is even just sitting here at the duck shack watching the birds on the roost behind me, the pintail seems to want to be kind of out in the middle, more open water, where the mallards are kind of creep in close to the bank. The widgeons tend to seem to follow the pintails for some reason. It's kind of weird. And then we take into consideration the tundra swans. We have some, but for the most part, it's trumpeters. The trumpeter swans, um, the first year we were here, first couple of years we were here, we didn't see that many trumpeter swans on this end of the valley. Last year we had a ton of them for some reason. Not sure what the biggest difference was. And a lot as we get into the late season, knowing where those swans are going to be really helps direct us towards our birds because late in the season, uh, the ducks tend to follow the swans because the swans are strong enough to dig up the spuds that have been left in the field. So understanding that, what we have recognized is wherever the snow geese are, the big honkers aren't. I don't know if they don't like each other. I don't know if the honkers just say those dudes make too much noise. We're going to go somewhere else. But we just don't see it a lot. I also can tell you that the swans don't like honkers. Every year we have a swan come in and attack one of our honker decoys, which is why we probably don't see them in the same fields a lot. And if they are, they're totally separated. So the purpose of all of this, it goes into the blog we put out earlier this week, is when you scout as a duck hunter, newcomer, experienced, whatever, try to think about where the roosts are, what type of birds want to be in those roosts, where they're going. Um, is there, if they're coming off the salt water, pay attention to the tides, because they're going to want to be back on the salt at low tide, because the Skagit, South Fork of the Skagit's right here. That's where they pick up their fresh water. All of that stuff matters, and understanding all of those things is going to make you way more successful. And last year we have a lot of DU people around, and they were showing me a bird that had got radio tagged, and the bird was coming from 15 miles southeast of us and coming to our field. He did it 7 days in a row, and I didn't even know that roost was up there at some private lake back up in the hills. So I see a lot of stuff on social media, new people asking, how do you scout? Where should I start scouting? I would tell everybody that I know, find the roost, follow the birds from the roost. They will show you where they're going. They'll show you public land places that you might be able to hunt between the roost and where they're feeding. They may be feeding on public ground, but understand the areas. Try to be out here enough that you can figure out what birds like what. We plant our food crops based on our knowledge of what the birds like. Widgeon, they like green grass. Mallards like grain. They all like potatoes late in the season, but they have to freeze a couple times and get soft. But so the Skagit Valley is super diverse. It allows for a lot of different hunting opportunities, whether you're hunting in the bay, hunting in the river estuaries, inland on fields, or just small little ponds. This is a great place to be. There's a lot of birds. It's a great place to come see them. Do your time. Take the time to figure out all the stuff that we just kind of went over, and it's going to make you a better hunter. I hope you guys learned something. If you ever want to ask me any questions, my cell phone number is all over our social media and website. Give me a call, and I'll try to send you in the right direction. Thanks, and have a great day.